expands and actually localizes himself in this heart region for the sake of the living entity. So you cannot search out for Paramatma here and find him. The yogis, they try to search out for Paramatma in the heart. They do conceive form of the Paramatma in their mind and they meditate. But simply because they meditate, simply because they do Ashtanga Yoga, they cannot see Paramatma because there is no Paramatma here. Paramatma is there in spiritual world. So they can see the Paramatma only when Paramatma, by his blessings, by his grace, he actually gives darshan. Just like we say Krishna and Balaram are here. But those who are not devotees, they will say this is simply one statue, you are calling it God. This is not God. It's a metal statue. But for a devotee, this is not a metal statue. It is actually Sakshat Krishna and Balaram, the transcendental personalities. So what is the difference? If you say God is here, atheists will say God is not here. This is simply one statue. You foolish people, you believe. You have got some sentiment. You got some philosophy. You have been cheated. You are brainwashed. To think one statue is here. To think that the statue is God, you have been brainwashed. And how will they prove their point? See, when some invaders came and attacked deity of Radha Govinda in Vrindavan, what did Krishna do? You say God is there, you are worshipping. What did God do? God was simply silently sitting, doing nothing. The fellow came, he broke the temple, he stole away the deities, whatever, the jewelry, you decorate. Oh, God is there, you decorate him. Alankar Priya Vishnu, your scriptures say no. And then you do so much decoration, oh so nice. Sentimental, foolish people, there is no God. Simply one statue, one doll you are decorating. Because when somebody comes to take away the real jewelry, golden jewelry, you are putting out of sentiment for God. Gold jewelry nicely attracts thieves, plunderers. They come, they say, oh, foolish people, they think God is, statue is God. And then there is no God. He'll come, he will steal the golden ornaments and go away, and then you people go, that does happen. You police complaint. That's all you people can do. Sentimental, foolish fellows. This is how the atheists will argue. So what is our understanding? If God is present in the form of this statue, and what is God doing? So, our understanding is that God is present, yes, only for the devotees. God for the atheist is not present in this form. For the atheist, this form is simply a statue. For the atheist, the form is simply a statue. Just like for the atheist, there is no person inside this body. This body is simply one mechanical arrangement of blood and flesh and bones and skin and brain and nervous system, circulatory system. There is no person inside this, there is no soul. All foolish people believe, atheists will say. According to the atheists, what is this body? It is simply one arrangement. That's it. The arrangement, it will stay for some time. Any arrangement in this material world you can see, in this world you can see any arrangement, it will stay for some time, that's all. No arrangement is permanent in this world. So this arrangement, it will stay 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 80 years, it will stay. And then the arrangement is finished, over. Everything is finished. You say a person died. Why are you crying, person died? Simply one arrangement was made and the arrangement is finished. So for the atheist, there is no soul in this body, there is no real person. Simply one mechanical arrangement. Kama. Kimanya Kama Hayudukam. Demons, Asuras, they argue. Due to Kama, Man and woman combine and produce one offspring, one child. What is that child? Simply one lump of flesh, blood, bones, mucus. That's all. That will grow, it will remain for some time. Yes. With some changes, like changes happen in matter. And those changes will happen. There is no person. So, for the atheist, there is no soul, there is no God, there is no spirit. But for the devotee, there is another spiritual dimension of existence. And in that dimension, that is above the material dimension. It's beyond the material dimension. So even though Krishna is present here as the deity, that Krishna is not in the material dimension. He is not located in space and time. He is eternally there as the spiritual transcendental personality. And for the sake of his devotee, even though he doesn't exist in the material dimension, he is in the spiritual dimension, he can come in the material dimension for the sake of his devotee and accept the devotee's seva. Bless the devotee. Take the devotee's seva. So when you offer a flower to Krishna Balaram here in the deity form, Krishna Balaram accept it. Not on the material dimension, on the spiritual dimension. When the atheist comes in front of the deity, then that deity is simply one statue, that's all. Like any other statue. Any other statue which cannot be God. Like statue of one political personality is put somewhere. So nobody will think that the actual political personality is there. Just aid for memory. For memory, for the sake of our memory, for the sake of our sentiment. The person is dead and gone, but we have to remember his great deeds or his great contribution he did for the country or for the people. So out of a token of appreciation of the greatness of the person, of the wonderful deeds he performed, he will garland one statue. Everybody knows that statue is not the person. Just a way of expressing our gratitude, way of remembering, memory. In memory of this person, we are garlanding him, his statue. That's the way we are understanding it. That's correct. So, atheists think like that, here you are doing for Krishna. If at all there is Krishna, then Krishna is not here. If at all there is God, then God is in your imagination. In that imagination, you are projecting on one statue. And because you have some sentiment, you want to express gratitude to God. So God protected me. God is protecting me. So you garland the statue. These are all atheistic arguments. And these will be proven to the atheists, and atheists will prove to others as long as they don't take to bhakti. As long as they don't take to bhakti, for them there is no personal God, there is no spirit, there is no soul, there is no spiritual dimension. Simply the imagination or the descriptions in the scriptures, some textbooks, some words, some feelings. Like the atheists will always, the non-devotees will always argue like that. And they will even be convinced that. Because they are completely under the grip of this illusory energy. So illusory energy will convince them, yes, there is no God. You are God. Or everything is God. This world is real. They will convince them. That's the action of the illusory energy. So if you want to know God in his personal aspect, you have to come out of this illusion. Come out of the influence of the illusory energy. Okay, stop it.